A retail giant is closing stores. Walmart plans to shut down 269 stores. Trump told Walmart to, quote, eat the cost of rising tariffs so they can keep prices low for consumers.
World's biggest retailer by volume and profit, that would be Walmart, warned today that it may have to start raising prices later this month due to President Trump's tariff policy.
Trump demanded that Walmart swallow the cost of rising tariffs to keep prices low for consumers. But the retail titan is now shuttering 269 stores. As the world's largest retailer by volume and profit, Walmart warned today that it may hike prices later this month due to President Trump's tariff policies. The first hit landed abruptly. A massive wave of tariffs slammed into the U.S. retail sector, sparking a chain reaction that blindsided even the biggest players. Walmart, long a beacon of low prices, made a shocking move. Instead of eating the new costs, it pulled parts of its supply chain out of the U.S. market, signaling the end of guaranteed cheap goods. Prices spiked almost overnight, straining household budgets already battered by inflation. The company urged calm, but its warning only deepened public unease. Soon, cracks spread to other retail giants. Target, a symbol of reliability, found itself caught in the same storm. If the biggest retailers were teetering, what did this mean for the nation? It started with routine shopping trips that no longer felt routine. Shoppers, accustomed to stable prices, were stunned by sharp increases. A $9 pack of beef now costs nearly $14. Ours, lettuce jumped 30%. Breakfast cereal, a household staple, rose by $2. The sense of stability tied to America's grocery aisles evaporated. The impact rippled far beyond U.S. borders. Tariffs triggered a global chain reaction, halting shipments of rice, cooking oil, and canned goods. Shelves in Southeast Asia, once stocked with American imports, stood empty. In Nairobi and Manila, food prices soared, pushing families already on tight budgets into deeper hardship. The spark came from the White House, when Trump called out Walmart for betraying American workers. The fallout hit far beyond U.S. homes. Walmart abandoned its everyday low prices mantra. The math no longer added up. Tariffs obliterated the possibility, leaving the company's balance sheet battered. By Q2 2025, losses hit an estimated $25 billion. Families bore the brunt, struggling to afford essentials. By June, Walmart's crisis worsened. 10 major distribution centers shut down temporarily, leaving over 50,000 workers in limbo. The company's vaunted just-in-time delivery system, once a marvel of efficiency, buckled under pressure. Executives blamed tariffs, calling them economic bombs dropped on supply chains. Wall Street felt the shockwaves within days. As Walmart's prices climbed and distribution centers closed, panic spread across financial markets. Fears grew that the disruption would extend beyond groceries. Electronics, clothing, and toy companies, reliant on Walmart's massive buying power, saw contracts unravel. Logistics costs spiraled, with brokers rewriting agreements weekly. The global trade system veered into uncharted territory. Analysts warned that without action from Washington, the U.S. faced the worst retail collapse in modern history, perfectly timed to ruin the holiday shopping season. The crisis traced back to April 2, 2025, when Trump signed Executive Order 14257, the Liberation Day tariffs, in the White House Rose Garden. Aimed at pressuring China, the policy tore through global retail. Walmart's partial retreat from the U.S. market was just the start. Target, Costco, and Home Depot followed, seeking suppliers in Vietnam and India, marking the most dramatic supply chain overhaul in decades. Tariffs meant to curb Beijing's influence instead shifted its role, with American consumers paying the price. By April 5th, nearly all U.S. imports faced a 10% tariff, except those from Canada and Mexico. On April 9th, retaliatory tariffs hit 60 countries, with China facing rates as high as 145%. The fallout was immediate. A major Chinese toy supplier for Walmart slashed production by 70%. The U.S. Toy Association issued an urgent alert, warning that half its members faced bankruptcy. Shipping costs tripled on routes from Shenzhen to Long Beach, with delays mounting. Europe felt the tariffs' weight too, with empty shelves appearing before goods reached stores. At U.S. ports, hundreds of containers sat abandoned, importers unable to pay new duties. Some cargo spoiled in limbo, turning Walmart's warehouses into graveyards of unclaimed goods. The critical holiday season, a usual economic booster, now risked bare shelves nationwide. On May 2nd, Trump escalated tensions, threatening a 50% tariff on European imports unless the EU complied. European markets lost $180 billion in 3 days. German auto exports slowed dramatically, and stock indexes plummeted. Asia faced chaos too, with South Korea hit by a 25% tariff, threatening half of Hyundai and Kia's U.S. exports. The Bank of Korea projected massive job and revenue losses.